Westside Wednesdays, the G-Lew Show, Blog Talk Radio, OG Radio, Westside. With so much trouble in the world, homie, can't nobody feel your pain. Once again, it's the G-Lew Show, homie. Westside Wednesdays, we at it again. The world's changing every day, time's moving fast. Big floss just hit me, said sight just passed. Now I'm caught up in the struggle, trying to figure what we missed. But instead of going back, I'm going forward with this shit. Westside Wednesdays, we doing the most, showing California love to the whole West Coast. Make a toast to the #1 station. For 3 years straight, we need a standing ovation for taking this Westside shit to a whole nother level. Name your top artists, I can probably name several who appeared on the show. All we do is show love. From Tweed, Spice One, even second to none. Now we done with the fake shit. It's all about the real. When you're looking for the truth, you can find it right here. Every Wednesday night on the G-Lew Show. All you gotta do is listen, homie. Follow the flow, then follow the beat, or either follow the streets. Either way, they gon' lead you to me. All eyes on G. All eyes on G. Westside Wednesdays, homie. The G-Lew Show. All eyes on G.
Hey, what's up? This is Tone Capone. Every Wednesday night, I'm rocking with the G-Lew Show, Bay Area's finest.
It's gonna be some stuff you're gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smile in the future. But through whatever you see, through all the rain and the pain, you gotta keep your sense of humor. You gotta be able to smile through all this bullshit. Remember that.
Addicted to faded attractions, pictures of actions, played back in the midst of mashing. No fairy tales for this young black male. Some see me stranded in this land of hell, jail and crack sales. Hustling and hardly think of culture or the repercussions while busting on backstabbing vultures. Selling my soul for material wishes, fast cars and bitches. Wishing I lived my life a legend, immortalized the bitches. Watch that tears say your sympathy. My childhood years was spent burying my peers in the cemetery. Here's a message to the newborns waiting to breathe. If you believe, then you can achieve. Just look at me, against all odds. Though life is hard, we carry on. Living in the projects, broke with no lights on. To all the seas that follow me, protect your essence. Born with less, but you still precious. Just smile for me now. Your thoughts slowly upon phrases I run, and I can walk you through the days that are done. I often wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. Have you ever seen a nigga who was strong in the game, overlooking his tomorrows, and it finally came? Look back on childhood for a reason, I'm still feeling the same. Turning circles in my 9th grade, dealing cocaine. Too many houses in my local life, survived the strain, and a man without a focus life could drive me insane. Stuck inside a ghetto fantasy, hoping to change. But when I focus on reality, we broken and changed. Had a dream of living wealthy and making it big. Over football, chose to cook raw and taking it dig. And after all, my mama's thanking God for blessing a child. All my mama got to do now is collect it and smile. Smile. Unanswered questions keep us all stressed and curious. Backstabbed and bleeding, crooked thoughts laced with weed. Learning, ducking straight shots, bullets be hot, stay burning, inhaling germ smoke. go. Visualize the flames. Well, I've been smothered by my own pain. Strange whispers, cowards conversate. So quick to distance. Taking pictures for the feds in desperate hopes they get it. Hit us all. Give us plenty centuries. Forgive my sins. Since I entered many penitentiaries, the best revenge is fuck friends. We military minded soldiers. Busting shots blindly. Trying to find Jehovah to help me. Somebody save me. Lost and crazy. Scared to drop a seed. Hoping I ain't cursed my baby. Maybe now niggas feel me now. Picture my pain. Embrace my words. Make the world change. And still I smile, nigga. And now a moment of silence. Let us pray. And as you journey into outer space, may the angels help to lead the way. May the prayers that our families make shine upon your soul and keep you safe. And all the homies that have passed away, they're there to greet you as you pass the gate. And as you head to the tunnel's light, I hope it leads to eternal life. We save a prayer for the homie Pop.
Welcome to Westside Wednesdays, the G-Lew Show. Tonight we have a very special guest. As you may have heard, we got the legendary multi-platinum producer, Mr. Tone Capone, joining us this evening. As you heard right there, the classic right there, Smile, that he produced, featuring the late great Tupac. Let me bring Tone Capone into the show right now. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's happening, G?
Hey, it's all love, loved one. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity, man.
Nah, thank you, bro. I appreciate you checking in with us. It's an honor, homie, because you're a legend, man. As you just heard right there, the people heard right there, that song right there is just one of my favorites, and I'm sure a lot of people's favorites. And you definitely produced that and so many more classic hits. So it's definitely an honor, man. Thank you for joining us tonight, man.
All right on, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, Tone, man, if you would, let the people know, man. We got a lot of people listening all over the world, man. And, they know who you are, but some may not. Or they may know the music, but not the name or the face. So could you just, introduce yourself to the people, man? Let them know who you are.
What's up, man? What's up, world? This is Tone Capone, and I'm responsible for some of the Bay Area classics. I've produced other artists also outside of the Bay, but most of the ones you might know are Bay Area artists. Scarface. I got 5 on it by the Loonies. E40. Smile was Scarface, Tupac. There's a lot of different ones. Mac Dre, It's Not My Job. Fire. There's a few. Keep It on the Real, 3 Times Crazy. It's Going Down Tonight, Selly Cell. There's a few of them out there.
He's just being modest, you know what I mean, humble. That's a lot, man. You just named some classics, just those alone, and that I'm sure is many, many more. If you would take us back, Tone, man, like to because we know all the classics and all that, but take us back to where it started at. I know you were probably doing some underground stuff for cats that may weren't as popular or as known as Scarface and Tupac and the Loonies. So you take us back to where it all started for Tone Capone.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it all really started as a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I was mixing records, and from mixing records, that's when I started getting curious about making beats.
Right.
And I started basically doing where I was just basically blending. I'd make a beat and then blend a record in with that, to kind of just mix it. And it was giving me vibes. And then I got myself a 4-track and kind of graduated from there and started like, sampling little pieces and looping them, and it just kind of, my production started building up from DJing.
Right.
So I really focused on that. You know what I mean? That's all I ever did was, stay in the house and made beats, scratched, made beats, scratched. I ended up getting the SP1200. Back in, right around the time it came out, about 86, 87.
Wow.
And that's what all I did was stay in the house and worked on that drum machine. All my friends was going out and having fun. I was like trying to figure that thing out.
Right. And you mentioned that
SP1200. It was definitely a journey.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
And then, there's a few other ones. I went through a whole bunch of samplers. Emax, what do you call the Studio 440? There's a few different ones I used.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, different productions, different songs have different things on them.
Right.
My main machine was always some sort of, drum machine, whether it was SP1200 or MPC, 4000 or whatever,
Right.
2000 XL, whatever.
Right.
But I definitely went through that whole craze about using drum machines, all that kind of stuff too. When really it doesn't matter to me.
Right. Which one would you say when you started using a different system? And also, were you self-taught, or did somebody teach you a little bit, or were you self-taught? And what was the machine or the sound that you knew, okay, I'm on to something now?
Most of it was self-taught, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it was definitely self-taught, it was just going through different phases of different machines and learning different equipment. It's like when Apple computer came out in 86, I think. And I think it was like 86 or 87 when I got an Apple. So I got one right away. And that was that old school Apple.
Right.
They had a program they had a program where you could link it all together. Basically, you could program the drum machine, like, on a computer, basically on a computer. You didn't even have to sequence it, like on in the drum machine. You could sequence it in the computer, but a lot of people didn't know back then yet.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea about that. How were you able to figure that out? And with the Apple, like you said, in 86, I remember they had them in our school, elementary school.
There was people around me, and I was seeing what they were doing too, kind of like more of the geekier dudes like that. I was watching the engineer type dudes, and I was like, okay, shit, I can MIDI my stuff up and do it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it made me think like, oh, it could be better that way.
Right. Wow, you a cold dude, man, to just speak on that part right there where the Apple computers were introduced, like you said, in 86, and you were already programming beats and, stuff like that with the Apple, which I'm sure nobody had a clue of way back then. When you fast forward now, the Apple was so instrumental, you know what I mean, in everything with music. So that's a cold story right there, man. I'm sure a lot of people did not know that or know anything about doing that back then.
Right. Yeah, it was, like I used to, with the SP1200, there was this program called Alchemy that I would use, and if I wanted to change my samples up and like kind of trick them out and, EQ them and modify them, I would have to send them through the MIDI cable from the SP1200 into the computer, and then back from the computer after I modified it back into the drum machine. Through the MIDI cable, though. See, that's the crazy thing. Through the MIDI cable, not an audio cable.
Wow.
But yeah, that was before, all the programs that we have today, where you can, press a button and it's done. Back then, you had to go find a program just to do certain things. And it was just a different world.
Hey, back then, how did they? Were you able to get your programs? Did they have Guitar Center and stuff like that, or was it different spots? Like, how would you get the equipment back then, or know what equipment to get?
I bought my SP 1200 at Guitar Center, except I bought it when it was in North Oakland.
Okay.
They used to have one right there on Alcatraz and Adeline.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the guy, he's on Facebook. I see him sometimes. His name is Marcus. I bought my 1200 from him.
Wow.
I remember that whole mission, to get that, to save the money up, and then finally just going down there and spending the money and buying it and taking it home and unwrapping it. Just that whole excitement of that was amazing.
Right. Hey, and what would you say made you start like wanting to get into the programs in the SP 1200 opposed to doing your DJ things? I'm sure you're still DJing a lot of times back then. You just took instrumentals or break beats and stuff like that. What made you want to get into that side of it, actual producing and learning the stuff?
It was just the next, to me. It felt like the next level of DJing.
Right.
Like I felt like DJing, you only went so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt like the whole producing and then doing the whole song was, it was like completing a project.
Right.
And it just felt a little bit more, it felt better.
Right.
Like how it felt,
Right. Hey, and growing up in the Bay, man, the Bay has so much history, man. But coming up in the Bay and being a DJ and now wanting to produce, what was the climate in the Bay at that time, or what were the producers that made you want to do it, or you looked up to? And I'm sure it was still a lot of East Coast influence, but in the Bay Area,
there was a lot of different things I was listening to. I mean, definitely there was some East Coast. Of course, there was some West Coast, because that had to be, it was all early 80s, really, to tell you the truth, that really got me into it.
Mm.
It was all the early 80s.
Right. Yeah, it was a lot of good music then.
In the 80s, there's a few producers that had me, pretty excited about music. A lot of them, the main producers were on the East Coast. The Teddy Rileys and the Larry Smiths and all them Run DMC producers, Houdini producers. Because they had it on lock. They had all their music was getting out, so I was hearing their stuff the most.
Right. And how were you able to tap in with those or like learn? Because even back then, people didn't know really, like that was later when you knew who the producers were. Even like Teddy Riley, he had so many classic hits he produced, but a lot of people didn't even know until later years. You know what I mean? Because the producer wasn't probably put out there that much. It was like the DJ and just the rapper. So how were you able to back then know these producers and tap into their sound?
Well, the main thing was I was looking at who did what on these records when I buy these records. That's one of the things that's missing today is that when you buy, you can't really, people actually want something for that money, man.
Right, they can look at, hold.
When they go buy something, it doesn't feel the same these days because when you go buy a digital download, that ain't the same as back in the day when you would go buy a record or a CD and you actually got to unwrap something and you felt like you owned something for your money.
Right.
Like now you don't even get that feeling, and I think that's part of the reason why it's so easily thrown away right now. Like on to the next, on to the next.
Microwave.
Yeah, micro, exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, and it keeps changing, and it ain't gonna get no better because the labels already got all this money invested in all these artists. So, you know, they gotta, you know, their shit right now is they playing roulette, man. They gotta like play it across the board, like put chips on every color. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It can't even be like, all right, we're just gonna do this artist here. No, they got to put out 20 artists to get one or two to hit.
Right. Yeah, it's real fucked up.
You know what I mean?
It's real fucked up now.
So many spots to cover on the board.
Right.
So you figure if you cover enough of them, something gonna hit.
Right.
So
yeah,
but if you look at the listener, the people that are listening to it is the same way. You could tell it's like it doesn't mean as much to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because shit, like I said before, you know, you get to, man, it used to be a nice feeling to go to the record store.
Yes, sir.
And buy the record.
Buy it.
And then come
open it up,
home,
take the plastic off,
and
all that.
And look, rub the vinyl up against your leg to burn the plastic off, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then actually open it up, smell the record and all that, and see it. Feel like, yeah, I own this, you know? Look at the inside album cover work. Everything was part of the process. Now you don't really get that. So, you know, that's part of why, one of the reasons why hip-hop is a little bit, you know, stale in that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good music out there, but it's so much that you can't keep up with it. And then, you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of bullshit out there, too, so.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to get
and a lot
to
of it,
shit.
And there's a lot of music that sounds exactly the same, too. That's one of the other things. So it's like people always think they can hear something elsewhere, like, because it all sounds the same. It's all got the same rhythm, the same kick tones, all the same sounds. I mean, it's amazing how that, you know what I mean? People are really, you know, producers now, they taking like loops that they get right off the internet now. Like, they don't even get into it about going to look and find and being creative in that way. They're like, okay, well, let me go buy a producer pack.
Right.
That's got all the sounds in it, and then they start with one loop, and then they just make a beat around that loop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too easy
amazing.
now. Like,
it's just amazing.
It's almost too easy.
And people don't mind either.
Yeah, but that's the problem too. It's the consumer as well. The consumer is this is what they accept. So, like you said, the record companies, the artists even make this type of music, and it's almost just like you said, real stale and not even progressive or productive, because like you said, it's just so easy. They take a simple loop, same beats. It's pretty much the same beats, and then even the artists and the rappers are just the same shit, you know. So, but at the same time, it's the consumer as well, because obviously they like that. So it's just it's a weird state for hip hop right now. Definitely you know, I don't know state, but
well, I think
that's cool.
You know what it is. I think right now everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's, you know, in a rush. Everybody wants their shit right now. So I feel like it's just the state of the world, you know, that this is how people feel right now, and like, you know, they might listen to you for a sec, but then they might turn your shit off and be on to something else real quick too.
Right. Yeah,
it's just the way it is. Everybody's got ADD now anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things have changed.
Yeah, they have, man. But check this out. Take us back though, because you know we got into all of this new shit, but we want to get back to the original, the classics. You know, and you know, when you, like you said, you're progressing from a DJ to buying your equipment and learning these different machines. When did you first break out and really start like who's the first person you produced and actually made your first official song record?
I want to say it was SWV was the first one that came out that was like official.
Right. Wow, that's big to have SWV as your first your first stamp. I know even at that time they weren't as that was about 92, but I mean to have SWV as your first official song produced, that's pretty big.
I mean that shit was amazing. It went triple platinum at least. So at that time that was amazing.
Wow. How did that feel? Your first, I'm sure it was. How did that feel like to have your first official, like, go that big that way?
I mean, I was just, man, all I could do was be thankful of the people I was affiliated with. You know what I mean?
Right.
My boy Kenny put me down. He put me down on the project, man, and it just all worked out.
Right. Right, SWV, multi-platinum, man. Tone Capone.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm sure shit just started speeding up then. You were getting calls. And what was some of the next projects you worked on after that?
Well, yeah, of course, the Loonies, and then 3 Times Crazy, and that came, and then Mac Dre and all that stuff, E40, all that stuff came after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 on it, I'd say probably like we started that in 93. That's when we actually started that record. I think we finished it in 93. It just, because we didn't put the album out for that had that song on it until 95. So the song was kind of just sitting in the cuts. But at that time, the Loonies was getting hyped up. Those were some good days, back in the day. We was all getting deals. We had deals. Everybody knew what they were getting. The business was proper. And, as proper as we thought it could be at that time. Like, yeah, it could have probably gotten better. But the fact is that we was actually doing it. We was going to the lawyers. Business was being handled. Everybody had contracts to say what they was getting. These days, like, it's rare for that kind of stuff to happen.
Right.
Like now, it's like I've had people call me and they don't, producers that don't know. They don't know. They don't know what to ask for. Like, here's the thing. They want to be involved as a producer, but then they don't want to outbid themselves and try to be like, oh, I want this much. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, man, we ain't using your music, dude, because that's too expensive. We can't do all that.
Right.
And most people will be like, we're putting you on. Hey, you know what I mean? We're blowing you up.
Right. Yeah.
And then you listening to that, and it's like, oh shit, yeah. I mean, that's kind of that's fighting you. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you are kind of like getting put on, like, especially depending on what artist is doing it. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you got to put your foot down about what you want too, because that could be an excuse forever. Like, there's always going to be a bigger or better artist saying, hey, dude, oh, that was for him, but this is for me. Like, so, dude, this is going to really put you on. It's always going to be the next person saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're trying to sell you on the fact that, if you do a beat on my album, I'm going to blow you up, man. You don't need no money. You're going to be big. You're going to blow up.
Right.
So there's that angle. So a lot of producers, it's like they don't know what to ask for. So when you got that, you end up just kind of like working for free. Especially if you're a young dude about your bedroom and you just happen to have a nice little track that they liked, You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of that now. It's a lot of producers just starting making beats up out of their rooms and all of that, and they don't know what to ask for. They don't know anything about this game.
Right.
They're just like, oh, I just want to get my music on somebody's album, and they want to hear this shit with somebody rapping over it.
Right. Hey, but Tone, tell us how you were able to do that, especially way back in the day. Well, I know you had after the SWV multi-platinum, you could pretty much the work spoke for itself. But how were you able to know how to conduct business and get your business done correctly back in those days, or even know that you would? Because a lot of the songs you produced went platinum.
I did have a manager that was guiding me.
Okay.
And he was, helping me set everything up as far as my attorneys and the lawyers and all that kind of stuff, and making sure all my publishing, all that stuff was set.
Right. Okay. And how does it work?
We ended up getting a couple of deals,
right?
With MCA Records in like '92.
Okay.
For Capital Tax, and then for this other group I had called JH&G.
Okay.
And they signed us over there at MCA.
Right.
So I was learning a lot, about how to handle my business and make sure all my stuff was tight, and all my contracts and paperwork was together.
Right. So
now, you know what? Here's the thing. Sometimes, though,
go ahead.
Here's the thing: you could do all your business right, and you could still have somebody on the other end that's on some shitty, on some shitty business. So, that's the thing about it.
Right. And how does it work once all your, like you said, your business was in order, and then you get a hit, or you've done production, say that, like you said, the Loonies that you did in '93, but it doesn't come out until '95, and then it blows up and all over the world, platinum, multi-platinum. How does that work? Is everything still set up for you the correct way? Like, because you got platinum hits now, and does it still work the same way? The money, does it work? The publishing, when it, you got movie offers and, all of this type of shit, soundtracks.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's like up to you to make sure that your agreement on that is, you're counted in. Make sure you're in. Because sometimes you can get counted out, like on all the exterior stuff. They might just try to count you in on just like that album, and then all the stuff that it does outside of the album, like they might not even have you counted in on that.
Right.
Like, I got to make sure that my name stays relevant on I Got 5 on it, because, I want to make sure that, hey, that's, I did that song too. The Loonies did it too, but I did it also.
Right. I also want to ask you, man, how does it work for you to like, say, once you produce, well, you had multi SWV, the Loonies, and so many and so forth. How does it work from that point where people start knowing who you are, who produced that track? 'Cause a lot of times, again, like I'm saying, back then, a lot of people did not know who the producers were per se. You know what I mean? They just heard the beat, say like the Loonies, they heard a sample. Why you treat me so bad? I also want to ask you,
right,
how did you make that? But go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
Because back then we weren't tagging the tracks as much, like putting our stamp or producer stamps on stuff and all that kind of stuff. So it was just more like a lot of people knew from the sound or just from the artist actually mentioning your name in the beat.
Right.
Like I know that Mac Dre, they all mention my name in certain songs, like it lets you know that you know what I mean?
Right.
That, okay, so-and-so did that. All right, okay. Like, you might not ever know. Like, today, the producer's definitely going to put his little tag on it. But back then,
back then we kept it all the way about the artist. You know what I mean? It was nothing but the artist. Like we didn't, as producers, we weren't like tripping on trying to get all the shine or trying to shine like that. You
Right.
know what I mean? It was like we were trying to blow the artist up and make sure the record does good.
Right. Right.
So nowadays it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's why I asked you that, because, like I said, back then, a lot of people did not know a lot of the major producers or who produced what. Like, people probably in '95 didn't know Tone Capone per se. They didn't know. You know what I mean? Weren't in that loop. They wouldn't know that was the Tone Capone track. It's just the Loonies. You know what I mean? And the sample. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked that. I also want to ask you about that song, because I heard a cold story about that. And that you even have relationships with the Timex Social Club and all that. I want to know how that came about for you to make that track and use that sample.
Well, basically, we decided to use the Club Nouveau song.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Marshall happened to be over at my place today when the Loonies were coming over. So they were coming over, and then that was the day we were going to start working on some songs.
Right.
So Vibe on It ended up being one of those songs. So I remember when they came, we had, I put the record on and looped the record first.
Right.
And I played it, the section that were, in the beginning where it's just kind of like the bass line and her humming. And because that was really the only part that was kind of broken down, like where it wasn't a whole bunch of stuff going on in it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
that's how I produce. I look for like the choice spots. Like a lot of other producers do the same thing. It's like you look for the right spot. So I basically found the section I liked, and then I kind of just was like, okay, I like this, and then I slowed it down on the tempo thing on Newmark, and
Right.
I was like, okay, but yeah, I need to hear it down at a different tempo, and I think I tapped the tempo in on the drum machine, and then that way I had the tempo of what I liked, and then I went from that point on, I started building on it with the keyboards and all the sounds that I put in the track.
Right.
And it ended up being, like the Club Nouveau song is like 100 and something beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, I slowed it down to like 87 or 87, whatever, somewhere around there. I think it was 87. And
Okay.
The song was basically, way faster. You couldn't hear the bass. So I just basically enhanced elements of what I heard. Okay,
Right.
bass line, I want the bass line to be louder and up front. The drums, I want the drums to hit. Just certain things, that's all I really did when I created it. And then and then I ended up putting the Kool and the Gang horns in there.
Oh, okay.
And the audio too. Those were samples.
Mm-hmm.
And I put those in there. So that was really all I had to do. I mean, I just kind of picked through the sounds that I used. But my point was to enhance what I heard on the record and bring it out, because that stuff on the record sounded like it was like the way they mixed it, it was in a reverb, so you couldn't hear it as well. It wasn't up front, it was kind of far back
Right.
in the mix. So my whole idea
Right.
was to bring it all up to the front. Okay, put the bass line up front. Make sure you can hear the little Fender Rhodes, whatever that's on the bass, and make sure all the right parts are sticking out.
Right. Right.
And I mean,
Oh.
hey, it also was, hey, they came up with a subject that just happened to be just, I mean, come on.
Right.
It was an anthem type of a song, and like that song helped that beat. Like that beat was a good beat, but the song that they made to that was just as, that was a big factor. They made a song to it that actually was like anthemish, like,
Right.
They wrote a hell of a record too.
Did they come up with that day when you played the beat, or did they have it already? And when they did do it, did you know?
They already had their idea for a hook.
Okay.
Right. Now lyrically, I think they were kind of still writing stuff and cleaning their stuff up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they were sick. Them dudes was like, they didn't mess around in the studio. Like, when it was time to go to the studio, they got off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I remember when I first heard them the first thing I thought was like, damn, these motherfuckers remind me of like some Outkast shit or something. Like, that's the first thing I thought.
Right.
Like, because Outkast, at that time, Outkast was tearing shit up.
Right.
But I was like, okay, they reminded me of like a West Coast version of some Outkast.
Yeah, because they were different. Yeah, they were definitely different, man.
Yeah, but they had them because they had the lyrics, and they was really, they was on their shit.
Right. Right. Hey, when the production was finished and they finished laying it down, did you know at that point, man, this is a hit, or were you unsure because the song didn't come out for 2 years later?
Right, it took a minute, but when they started hearing it on the radio, it was like, okay, it's a hit.
Right.
When you hear it on the radio,
why wasn't it released till later? 2 years later.
Because they wanted, first of all, like the Loonies. They put out a different record on the Loonies to get them the streets, to kind of warm the streets up to who the Loonies were.
Right.
You know what I mean? They put like a little EP out. So they didn't want to release the main album yet.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think they did the right thing. They did the right move.
Right. Right. Yeah, that was perfect, man. Perfect timing, because that shit came out, I'm in mid '95, right after Friday came out and all that, around the same time. So it was just like perfect, and it just kind of took off, quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good time, man.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Music was in a good place.
Yeah.
The Dog Pound was killing it. The West Coast was killing it.
Yeah, West Coast. It was a beautiful time at that time.
All of a sudden, when all the people got murdered, that's when everything kind of got shut down. When Biggie and Tupac got murdered in '96, '97.
Right.
That's when it all stopped.
Right. That's when hip hop itself took a turn as well, man, and just started at that point. It wasn't as bad, but it started that pop route and just kind of different directions. Had a few more good years, but once the 2000s hit, it was just really going a different direction,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, once like Death Row finally broke up, it was like that was it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the final. That was it. 2000, it was damn near a wrap.
It was a wrap.
2001,
2000,
damn near over.
Right. True facts, and it has been the same since. I want to ask you this. I know you had a relationship with, like you said, some of the Club Nouveau members. I heard a story you were telling about the different, when Timex Social Club, Club Nouveau split up, and the different things that were going on. But how did Club Nouveau feel about the when the song hit and just blew up like that?
Well, I could say it best from just what I've been told from an actual Club Nouveau member, right? A couple of them. they said, they was pretty happy when they saw their checks in the mail.
Right. That's right.
They said that
That's
really,
right.
that was amazing to them because it was out of the blue.
Right.
And that song was like, giving, it was some new income for them.
Right. And the song really, even though their song was big, I'm sure that made their song even more bigger because that song was big, in the 80s, but the Loonies took it to a whole new level, you know what I mean? So, like you said, I'm sure they were able to eat off of that and get some royalty checks and bring new life to them and all of that. It was a beautiful thing.
They're eating on the Looney song, so that's all that really matters because I think a lot of people, they don't even really know their song as much now because of the Looney song.
Right. Check this out. I want to.
Hey, but they're
go ahead, bro.
eating.
Yeah, definitely. They're eating for life. They can get money for that for life, and I'm sure it revived their career to able them to, go back on the road. I'm not sure if they did, but I'm sure that helped with that as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that they tour it to this day. They tour, and I'm pretty sure when they do that song, "Why You Treat Me So Bad," they probably just, I've been told that they just use "I Got Five" on it. And then they sing their song to "I Got Five" on it.
Right. Hey, can you quickly tell the people how that song first was originally the Jealousy song? When you talk about, because you talk about Timex, not to get into that, but just a quick history, because you get into Timex Social Club, Club Nouveau, some people don't even know the difference. Can you break that down quickly? Because I heard you speak about that, and that was new to me too.
Yeah, back in the day, basically, here's what it is. There was Club Nouveau, which was a whole separate thing, and there was the Timex Social Club. Now, Jay King was originally there wasn't a Club Nouveau. There was just Jay King, and then there was the Timex Social Club members. So Jay King was like the unofficial other member of the Timex Social Club. But when the deal didn't go down and, they didn't sign with Jay on that first song on Rumors, basically Jay King felt, some kind of way and decided, look, I'm gonna make my own club, a new club, Club Nouveau.
Okay.
So that's why that whole name is even relevant, Club Nouveau, because it's a new club, and the Timex Social Club was the other club. So Timex didn't do the deal with Jay King, so Jay King started a new club.
Okay.
So basically, Jay King's songs, when you listen to his songs for Club Nouveau, a couple of them are really just those same songs that Timex Social Club had too, because they were working on those songs together. So when you hear the song Jealousy, that's just Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear the song Why You Treat Me So Bad, that's just Thinking About You.
Thinking About You. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, but that's Club Nouveau's version is the new title, which is Why You Treat Me So Bad, and Jealousy.
Right.
Timex Social Club's version is Rumors and Thinking About You.
Right. Okay. I wanted that brief history because I heard you speak about that.
In that way.
Right.
Yeah,
I heard you speak about that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy right there.
So when we were creating it, I knew what was going on. Like, I'm like, me and Mike were already working.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike was always around at the time. So, you know, usually if I got somebody that's around all the time, I'm going to try and involve them in whatever projects we got going. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the Loonies came around, and then, you know, it was just kind of like an automatic thing for me to think, like, you know, I'm going to put Mike on this, because in that way Mike will get to be on the original song that he had that he didn't get his full credit for when Club Nouveau used it. They don't know, people don't know the whole story to it. So this would be interesting for this to happen, and for Mike to be on this song, and for him to at least get to eat off of this version.
Right.
Like, he didn't get to eat off Why You Treat Me So Bad.
Right.
He got money off. He probably got money off Thinking About You, but he didn't get. Well, he should have got something off of Why You Treat Me So Bad too.
So Mike was in the original Timex. He wasn't involved with the Club Nouveau.
Now, Club Nouveau was made despite Mike. Like,
okay.
You know, it was like because Mike decided to do something else, so they had to form a new club.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was like they were mad at Mike.
Right, right.
Because Mike went in a different direction.
Right. Okay. That's the brief history I wanted you just to speak on about that, because that brings us up to date with the song 5 on it. And, you know, that's good to know the history behind it, man. You know, the whole thing, because, you know, back in the day, once they switched Club Nouveau Timex, it was hard to even really, you know what I mean? You just kind of, I thought people knew, I think I did, knew it was the same thing, just a new name, but they still had the same artwork. If you look at the album cover, stuff was the same. So you really didn't miss it, but you knew it was a different name. So you just kind of put it in the same, you know what I mean? It was the same thing, you know what I mean? Because that's what it looked like. You didn't really dig into it too deep. So I'm glad to get the history behind that. You know, Timex Social Club and Club Nouveau, and then I got 5 on it. With that being said, I want to take a quick break, man, and I want to bang this track for the people. I'm gonna go pour me a drink and give me some personality. I don't know. I want to get like you, man, because you cool as a motherfucker, Tone Capone, man. I need to probably smoke me something. I don't know what you got over there. I know you got some of that shit or something, homie. I need that, homie. I need to get on your I need to get on your level. I'm up a little bit, man. I need to come down some, homie, because I need to be cool as you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a quick break, homie.
Flying high with the birds, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna take a quick break and come over there where you at.
Best. Marvin Gaye, listen to some of that Marvin Gaye, man.
That's right.
Without ever touching the ground.
That's right. Hey, once again, our special guest for the evening, Tone Capone, legendary multi-platinum producer, man. He's our guest tonight. It's Westside Wednesday, sponsored by 93 Point Tweed FM-ism every Thursday night, the After 6 Cruise Mix. Also, Kev Mac Videos. It's the G-Lew Show. We will be right back. Let me do it like this right here, man.
Creep on in. See, I'm riding high. Whoa. Kinda broke this evening, y'all. So all I got is 5.
Player, give me some brew and I might just chill. But I'm the type that like to light another joint like Cypress Hill. I still do be spit loogies when I puff on it. I got some bucks on it, but it ain't enough on it. Go get the S-T-I-D-E-S. Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. So pass it across the table like ping pong. I'm gone, beating my chest like King Kong. It's on, wrap my lips around the 40. And when it comes to getting another stogie, fools all kick in like Shinobi. Know me ain't my homie to begin with. It's too many hands to be popping and let my friend hit bit. Unless you pull out the fat crispy $5 bill on the real before it's history. Cause fools be having them vacuum lungs. And if you let them hit it for free, you hella dumb. I come to school with a Taylor on my earlobe, avoiding all the slick teasers, skeezers, and weirdos. Got me throwing off the land like where the bomb at. Give me $2, you take a puff and pass my bomb back. Suck up the dank like a Slurpee. The serious Bomb will make a nigga go delirious like Eddie Murphy. I got more growing pains than Maggie, cause homie snagged me to take the dang out of the baggie. I'm so keyed up, so the joint be burning my hand. Next time I roll it in a hamper to burn slow, so the ashes won't be burning in my hand, bruh. Fuji's get hit, but they know they got a pitch and bent. I roll a joint that's longer than your extension, cause I'll be damned if you get high off me for free. Hell no, you better bring your own slip cheek. What's up, don't babysit that? Better pass the joint. Stop hitting cause you know you got asthma. Crack the 40 open, homie, and guzzle it, cause I know the weed in my system is getting lonely. I gotta take a whiz test of my P.O. I know I feel cause I done smoked major weed, bro. And every time we with Chris, that fool rolling up a fatty. But the Tango race straight had me. Stop at the light, man, my yesterday thing got me hung off the night train. You fade, I fake, so let's head to the east. Hit the stroll to 9-0 so we can roll big hot sheets. I wish I could fade the 8, but I'm no budget. Still rolling the 2 though, cut the same old bucket. Foggy windows, soggy endo. I'm in the land getting smoke with my kids. Up in smoke, yuck, I spray you, lay it down. Up in the OAK, the town. Homies don't play around, we down to blaze a pound. Then ease up, speed up through the ESO, drink the VSOP up with the lemon squeeze up. And everybody's roller, I'm the roller. That's quick to fold a blunt out of a bunch of sticky doja. Hold up, suck up my weed, is all you need, kicking beat. Cause we're IBs, we need half like the foo-foo.
Hey, check this out right here. Let me do this one right quick, because this is one of my favorites, and Tone Capone definitely produced this one. I need to give me some personality, be like Tone Capone, man, because this dude is too cool, man. I think this inspired him to make this, man, some of that shit he got over there. Let me go see Tone right quick. We'll be right back. It's Westside Wednesdays, the G-Lew Show. Queen Jean, what up? Happy birthday, CeeLo.
I don't really remember feeling like this.
Alcohol bad, but don't be not. You in my situation, looking sad. I know I got a true friend in my time of need. All I need, you're natural, you come from seeds. I agree, make me happy when I'm feeling pain. Once again, make me happy just to hear your name. Do your name every day. Company to keep you sane. Mary Jane, I love you, Mary Jane. All I need to get me through this thing, through the game. You ain't never made me crash my thing. Anything you've always kept me tame. For me to see that you my everything. Mary Jane helps to ease the brain. When you hang, there is seasons you ain't never changed. Never seen what people seen in speed. You became, that's really everything we need. Baby, true indeed. Do your thing, Mary Jane. Happy just to hear your name. Mary Jane, do your thing.
Hey, classic material right there. That's one of my favorites all time. You know what I mean? Speaking of Mary Jane, shout out to my homegirl Jane in Lakewood, Washington. She got her shirt today, her G-Lew Show shirt. Much love to you. Shout out to Leah Delgado in Oakland as well. Got her shirts. If you want them shirts, get at me. Hit me up. It's the G-Lew Show with my special guest, Tone Capone. Hey, Tone, man, I want to ask you before I continue, how does it feel first, man, to be involved in two of the greatest weed songs ever?
You
did that, homie.
Maybe,
I mean, if you look at it.
Maybe three, huh? Sticky Green by Devin. Shit.
Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Man, how did that happen? You got the three of the most classic weed
Fire.
songs.
Don't forget
Yeah.
Fire by Mac Dre.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. Man, you did too much, man. You did too much, man. Early in the game, and like I said again, that makes you a legend, man. Because a lot of people may not even know. Like, I want to get to that next, the Scarface connection. 'Cause a lot of people don't even know how much you were a part of that album right there. That's the what that came out in '96.
Untouchable album.
Untouchable, one of my favorites by Scarface. I mean, the diary was
Hey,
classic.
you know what? I got a real trivial question for you. Let me know if you know.
Bring it.
A trivial fact. Do you know who that was singing the chorus on that last song?
On Mary Jane?
Yep.
Ooh.
Does anyone know?
Ooh, damn, you got me right there. Ooh. Hold up. Damn, you got me right there.
You know, hey, you've heard her voice before.
Damn. Anybody out there before I get it has the answer to that, please press 1 right now and let the homie know, because, damn, you got me on that one. I want to give the people a minute. If they think they know, they can press 1 and come in and let us know if you know who sung the hook on Mary Jane.
I'm not going to say nothing yet, but
hey, callers out there, if you know
who's
singing the hook on Mary Jane, let us know right now. We got a special gift. Tell you what, if anybody can let us know within the next couple minutes who that was, without pushing Google and all that, if you really know, I got a gift for you from the G-Lew Show. Let me know. Press 1 and come on in. if you know it.
I don't know if they can find it on Google.
Oh shit! So they really in trouble now then. They really, because people on Google right now trying to find out, so they really in trouble. So this is something you got to know already. So if you know the answer to this, who sung the hook on the Scarface's classic Mary Jane? Let us know right now. Press 1, and we got a gift for you. Yeah, I don't think they know that one.
I'd be thoroughly impressed if somebody figures this one out.
Wow. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll give them a minute to figure that out. But let me ask you this, since we're speaking on that. How did the Scarface connection come about? I know, but let the people know how that came about from coming from the Bay to now connecting with Rap-A-Lot and Scarface and being on this classic Untouchable album.
I actually did a couple of songs with an artist named Seagram for Rap-A-Lot.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace.
And those songs. Yes, sir. R.I.P. Seed.
Yeah. We had his brother on here a couple weeks ago.
Those songs actually got me introduced to Mike Dean and the people that rap a lot, Jay Prince, and that's how I ended up meeting them, because I was working on Seagram's album, and I did a couple of songs on Seagram's album that needed to be mixed, so I ended up going to L.A. to mix them with Mike Dean, and then Mike Dean said, "Hey, hey, what'd you think about doing some stuff with me and Scarface? Like, let's maybe do some tracks together," and and that's how that formed right there.
Right.
Next thing you know, he was in there cooking it up, bro.
Hey, tell us about that experience, because I'm sure you, just like everybody, were aware of Scarface before you hooked up with him, and legendary, one of the best to do it. You know what I mean? How were those sessions? How did you get prepared to take these sessions with the legendary Scarface, man, and bring the beats that you thought he would like, or did you cook them up at the time, or like how did those first sessions go?
I mean, I was already used to making beats on the spot, so it wasn't no big deal as far as that. I wasn't really tripping. I was like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. I didn't even prepare nothing. I just got all my sounds together and drum machine, and they flew me down, and I went and worked with Mike Dean, and we started coming up with ideas, and that's how that whole Untouchable album came about. We just one song at a time, knocking it out. Right. And I'm sure Scarface had to take like to you to say, okay, I want you to produce this, and that, because you produced quite a few tracks on that album, and the ones you did were classics. You know what I mean? How did that go? Like for Scarface to take a liking to you and all that. Well, yeah, he was.
How was he work with?
He was feeling the vibe. You know what I mean? I think he liked that I was bringing a little something different to the table.
Right.
A little bit more hip hop. I think he probably was what he was feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? A little bit more hip hop to the table.
Right. And let me ask you this, because I didn't ask you this. We just played Mary Jane. You had other songs on the album, but Mary Jane definitely, is a classic and a standout track. How was that session there, the Mary Jane session? And did you know, like I asked you with the Loonies, when you made that was going to be a classic?
Well, there's a story to that one too.
Okay.
So basically, when I made that beat, I was in there working on the Lunatic music album. I was working for the Loonies. Scarface.
Because they were signed to Rap-A-Lot as well, or New Tribe.
They were signed to New Tribe, not Rap-A-Lot.
Okay, but I know they were in cahoots. They had Rap-A-Lot had to deal with the Tribe.
We were having simultaneous sessions, one upstairs, one downstairs, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I'm upstairs working on beats for Yuck and Numb, for the Loonies, right? And I got 3 Times Crazy is out there at this time because I just finished their stuff too, so they were there at the time. So everybody was out there at the time. All the artists on New Tribe.
Right.
Right? So, and remember, this is 96.
Right.
So, this is pre-Lunatic Music, and, you know, right before Stacking Chips came out. Stacking Chips, I think it came out in 97.
97.
Lunatic Music came out in 96 or 97. Operation Stackola came out in 95. The Untouchable came out in 96.
Right.
So, you know, we were out there doing a lot of shit at that time. So, the session with Mary Jane, though, was basically this. I was making a beat. It ended up being too slow for Yuck.
Mm-hmm.
And Yuck didn't want it. So that beat, I ended up having Scarface come listen to it. And then, you know, I happened to, like, sing a little hook on it, the little Mary Jane hook on it. And he was feeling it, and that ended up being, you know, a song we did.
Right.
But really, that was a beat I was making for Yuck, but Yuck just wasn't feeling it. Yuck liked more riding beats. He liked more faster stuff.
Right.
3 Times Crazy liked all the slow shit, and so did Scarface.
Right.
So basically, that's how that whole situation even happened. It was originally for Yuck, but then Yuck didn't want it, and it ended up going to Scarface.
Okay. Hey, did you know though when Scarface made it, when you heard when the production was done, did you know that this was I know you could know it was a classic, but did you know that it was special?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then when Ashanti sampled it, I really knew it was all good. You know what I mean? Because you know, that was a big deal too, because she, you know, like this was the second song I had being sampled. So I'm like, okay. So that's something they like either they like my stuff or they like sampling my stuff. Something's going on here.
Right.
Because, you know, I was feeling like, damn, my stuff's still kind of new. Like, why would they sample it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
at first
only
I
a
kind
few
of like,
years later.
Yeah, at first I was like, you know, wondering and all that. And then I just like, you know what? It's a compliment. I don't give a fuck. They like it that much that they wanted to use it. I get it.
Right. Hey, so let me ask you this. I don't think anybody out there, nobody's pressed 1 yet. So it's safe to say I don't think anybody. Should we give them some more time, or should we tell them who it is?
And it wasn't Ashanti singing on there.
Yeah, because Jeff, Jeff. Shout out to Jeff Quan. Hey, hold on.
Hey.
Shout out to Jeff, my man Jeff. I didn't want to put you on blast, but shout out to Jeff, BTP Media Group, our sponsor for the evening. He said it was Ashanti, so he said no, it's not Ashanti. So let us know who it is, Tone.
So
they don't got it.
You guys everybody's familiar with the song "The Thuggish Ruggish Bone" by Bone, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's a girl that sings Shatasha.
Wow.
That's Shatasha singing with Mary Jane.
Wow. Shit, I never would have guessed that.
Damn. I always loved Shatasha because her voice just was just so, you know, I like that ghetto shit. Even if you listen to, like, It's Going Down Tonight. You listen to the girl that sings on It's Going Down Tonight. She hits a certain tone that only a girl from the ghetto is gonna hit.
Right. Hey, why don't you think Tasha never really got any more shot? Because like you said again, that's a classic, and even on Bone song, classic. But a lot of people may not have known that. Even on the Bone song, she said her name. But why don't you think she did anything more than she did?
Well, you know what? Just judging by what I've experienced in the music business, it's usually with girls. Usually they got some dude in their life that don't want to, like, you know, it's like a little bit possessive or something, like trying to hold them back, something like that. That's what I've seen most of the time with most of the female artists. You know what I mean? It's like they get the relationships kind of like mess with them sometimes. You know, or they'll be working hard or whatever on their craft and their music, but then they'll have a dude or somebody that's not feeling all that shit. Like, you're around too many dudes, or you know, they don't like that they're hustling that hard, or they around so many men all the time. And, you know, it's just all these little things you have to go through, you know, and it's tough. It's tough working with female artists. Right.
That's a good assessment. I didn't look at it that way, but that is probably true. Yeah, that's true.
They have a lot of, you know, they got that whole thing, like, you know, they should be at home doing mom shit. You know what I mean? Right. You know, they get that guilt trip. You know, it's like, you know what, the dude, maybe you need to be at home doing mom shit right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
While if a woman has an opportunity, then shit, switch roles and let her get off and go, you know, be a superstar for a minute and win some championships. Shit.
That's real. That's a good assessment of that.
If you're a team, then that's what you do. You know what I mean?
Teamwork makes the dream work. Shout out to Snow.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, check this out. You mentioned this cat right here. Let me do this. Let me take a quick break. I want to let the people know the work you've done, man. So I got to play it. You mentioned this cat right here. This is another classic that you produced back in '95. The homeboy Selly Cell, which we had on the show as well. Shout out to Selly Cell. But I want to come back and talk about this. But let me do this for the people, man, because they want to hear it. We got the legendary multi-platinum producer, Tone Capone. The G-Lew Show, Westside Wednesdays. Going down.
It's going down tonight, you know I got to go get fitted. Hit the mall to get it, then I stop to get my hair twisted up in ponytails and sell a bill back to the grain to let my peoples know, you know it's going down tonight, man, we living. I got the 411 on the bumpin', we riding with them heaters if they funkin', then we dumpin'. I'm slumping in the meantime, my speakers are jumping up out they box. I see these brides choosing, man, they sprung on my Shirley locks. Made the block and they was all up on my bumpers trying to pull me over, but now I get to nothing when I'm sober. Hit the gas and smoked it up, smashed off a Audi. Bent the corners laughing cause I left their car cloudy. Went to my partner house and they was posted splitting Vegas. Bet $5 a game on Madden 95 on Sega. Packing out the room, fools laying on the ground. They better have some get back cause tonight is going down. Now we slamming bones. Up in my hood, it's on. We make a casino up out your home. Head up, I sit some down fast. But they stash, yelling, stand up when you pass. Turn over your bones and give me your cash. I hit the stuff with the money I want to give me a photo. A-double-O on the scene, I'm an OG on the ink for show. I get twisted up and not superb, straight sloppy. Prize breeders on my nuts and haters wanna mock me. Can't understand how deep I get when I spit this real on real to real. Straight up out the hills, doing a minute wheel, steel toe, boot stomping, bobbing my head to the womp and getting my knees dirty. when I'm staying I'm on the dice for Thompson. Side betting Lil Joe in the duck, now watch me roll. I let him go and watch that double deuce lock up a show. I talk bad and clown, walking around and making my round, snatching my money up off the ground, cause tonight is going down. It's finally nightfall. Jumped in my 7-4, smashing cause I'm tight, y'all. Check to see if the deck was on the passenger seat. I need some heat. The only way I must creep late night through these faulty streets. Been the block and seen the whole crew on the counter, smelling that aroma, talking about the bump and coming up on the super bad, something cool. You know how we do it. Touching with some game and filling with some vivid fluid. We get the shows about 30 players belling in. Give me some C&B, some Hennessy and Seagram's gin. Lemon squeeze, but no chasing, fool, we straight lacing. Jump in the mob and punch it to the bumpers, players racing. We pulls up and see you posted outside, getting gone. I'm in the zone, ready to take me something home. Water wall breeders, top notches, maintenance going down. At this bump I found, tonight, fool, is going down.
What's cracking y'all? G-Lew. It's your big brother from the same mother. CeeLo, repping that 213 since 1981. Checking in from the Pac Northwest, 509 Spokane, Washington. Just reminding all listeners, from the land to Japan, you are listening to the one and only Westside Wednesday show on Blog Talk Radio. Shout out to OMG Music. This is the G-Lew Show.
Yes, sir. That part in that way. It is the G-Lew Show, Westside Wednesdays. Happy birthday to my bro CeeLo once again, man. Did it big for you, homie. Shout out to all the listeners, all the callers. Shout out to my sponsors, BTP Media Group, 93.2 FM Ism. I'm back with my special guest, the legendary. When I say legendary, I ain't saying that lightly. The legendary Tone Capone. Hey, Tone, we just played. Yes, sir. We just played that Selly Cell, another classic under your belt, another championship. Tell us about that the connection and about that song, how it came together and all that, and the success of it.
Well, that was like kind of on the heels of I Got 5 on it, and E40 contacted me and said he wanted me to work with one of his artists, and it happened to be Selly Cell. Selly Cell had the idea for the song too already. He's like, hey, I want you to re-freak this beat by Keith Sweat, you know, and it ended up being, you know, that song right there.
Right.
And so Selly Cell came through, did it, you know, mixed it, came out. One of his best songs he ever had out, ever.
Yes, sir, ever. Definitely. Selly Cell can eat off that forever. You know what I mean? And that's a classic. I know it's a sample to Keith Sweat, but still, you put your touch on it and redid that, which nobody had done at that time, and made that another classic. And I'm sure Keith Sweat can eat, and everybody's happy.
Oh yeah, everybody's eating their little piece of the steak. Teddy Riley too.
Teddy Riley?
Yeah,
hold
Teddy
up.
Riley did the beat.
Straight up? Oh yeah.
Teddy Riley did
exactly. Keith Sweat, he produced. See, that's another gem. I'm glad you said that because, again, like I spoke on Teddy Riley earlier, a lot of people did not know a lot of the stuff he produced, going way back to Dougie Fresh. You know what I mean? But definitely Keith Sweat. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I was on that. I was watching everything he was doing. Like, he was probably my favorite producer at the time.
Right.
You know, just because I just liked what he was doing. Like, he was doing it all. He was doing R&B. He was doing rap. He, he was all over the place working.
Right, and he was the first to do that. Because like I said again, go back to Dougie Fresh. His first really hit was produced by Teddy Riley. But again, like I spoke on earlier, a lot of people didn't know because the producer wasn't put out there like that or wasn't trying to get the shine. They did that, but a lot of people may not know these things. And I'm glad you mentioned Teddy Riley because he's definitely. I don't know if he gets he does get the props, but he needs more because, like you said, he did hip hop and R&B at that time when it was unheard of.
Yeah.
He bridged that gap.
A lot of people don't know that beat you just mentioned. A lot of people don't know he did that too.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that.
He did the show.
The show,
Dougie. One of the biggest classics ever in hip hop.
Yes, sir. And again, my question was, why weren't those people, like, again, we know Teddy Riley did these things years and years later, but producer, like, people didn't know that then. He produced the show, one of the first and this day biggest hip-hop classics, not only for Dougie Fresh, but hip-hop as well, and did other stuff. And like you said, Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown, and, you know, and all the stuff we know he did with Guy and Blackstreet and New Jack Swing. I forgot their group, but so many. He bridged that gap way back then. I don't think he gets the props he deserves.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that was basically my idol back then. So.
Mhm. That's what's up. Shout out to Teddy Riley. You worked with some more legends. I know you even after that you work with even East Coast artists and, you know, a lot of East Coast legends as well. But take us back now in the Bay. You know what I mean? You're starting to work with other artists. 3 Times Crazy. You know what I mean? Sally Cell and E40. You already worked with these people. But then you have the homie Mac Dre. Rest in peace. Who you did a lot of early work on and some of the classics, and we'll play a song in a minute people requested. You know what I mean? Tell us about working with Mac Dre and how that was.
Man, let me just say this about Mac. Mac Dre, as far as like the way he approached business, like, you know, a lot of people, you'll look at Mac Dre and think of, if you look at his body of work, you'll be like, you know, you don't want to say nothing to that man. That man been working. That man, you know, he's skilled up. You know what I mean? He's a hard-working man. So when Mac Dre came to me, he was like, man, he was like all ears. Like, you know, he was real respectful towards me. He knew I had a platinum hit under my belt. And when he came, he had just got out. And he came to me and was like, hey, man, I need what you got. So he just let me do my thing. Like, and the first beat I did for him was fire.
Right.
And then I've Been Down. So that's when I first met him. And that was around 97. Maybe even 98, 97 or 98. I don't know when it was he got out, but when he got out, I ended up meeting him, and those are the 2 tracks I did for him.
Right. And I'm sure you're aware of Mac Dre and what he did already. Were you happy to work with him when he came to you?
Oh, man. I mean, I just thought he had a lot of sauce on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I knew that he reminded me of some other people, but who he reminded me of was, some cats that I thought was real saucy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He reminded me of like the Calvin T's and the what's the other dude and Magic Mike, right, from Richmond.
Right.
But he also reminded me a little bit of this dude from North Oakland named Mac Mill.
Okay.
So this was all stuff that came out before Mac Dre.
Right.
So I definitely could see where he got his shit from. Like a lot of people don't know Mac Magic Mike from Richmond. He had a sound that was very similar to what 40 does back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I know 40 and them know about him too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because Mac Magic Mike, he's been rapping for a long time. Him and Calvin T. That was Richmond's.
Right.
That was Richmond's thing.
Right.
And they just happen to have a very similar style. You know what I mean? So you could tell, like, there was some game lacing going on. Like, okay, people hearing certain, like, when I heard Mac Mill, I was like, man, I definitely knew Mac Dre had got influence from him.
Okay.
Just
I'm glad you're speaking on these guys, too, because a lot of people don't even know who these people are. So I'm glad you're able to shine light on these dudes, man. Go ahead, bro.
Man, oh, my God, man. These dudes is all ridiculous. But they just, like, they got passed over kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Mac Mill was ridiculous from North Oakland. His whole little thing with the Saudi Arabian accent, like he had the accent on his shit. He was killing it.
Mm.
He was real. He was like rapping like he was from Dubai way back then.
Right. That's what's up.
And that was, I'm talking way back. I'm talking about, in the early 90s, late 80s. Like, this dude he'd been doing that.
Right.
So, yeah, Dre got influenced heavily from some of these dudes. I could tell. I definitely could tell Dre got influenced by Mac Magic Mike, too.
Okay.
Mac Magic Mike is sick. Serious. He's a serious spitter. You know what I mean? A lot of people, he just got looked, people didn't catch him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But his shit is ridiculous. You got it.
I'm glad you spoke on it. I want people to go, Jeff to send me a link as well. I want people to go back and, check up on Mac Mill, these artists, man, so you can get some of the history of where these other artists are influenced by the Macs, because you later work with Mac Mall. You work with all the Macs, man. I want to get into that as well, but I want to go to show Mac Dre some love right quick, and somebody requested this. Before I do that, let me go to the phone lines right quick. Somebody wants to check in with us. Caller, hello. Oh, sorry. Caller, hello.
Hey, G-Lew, it's Jane.
Hey, what's up, Jane?
Not too much. Thanks for the shirt, man. And thanks for having Tone on. I found a lot of stuff out I didn't know.
Right.
So I appreciate you, Tone, for real.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate you listening.
Oh, you're no problem. We always listen to the G-Lew show. And a big shout out to Queen Jean. It's her birthday.
Queen Jean, what? Okay. Wow. Okay. Happy birthday, Queen.
26 minutes.
Okay.
26 minutes.
Okay. Damn. I'm late.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jean, Queen Jean, our musical supervisor on OG Sundays. She's also been added to the OG Sundays as a special co-host as well. So I was unaware it was your birthday. I'm late. Don't kill me, but much love to you, Queen Jean. Oh, hold on. Let me bring her in if she's out there. Call her. Hello.
I know she's got to be out there.
She was. I thought she pressed 1. Let me see. Hello. Jean, are you out there? Okay, maybe not.
Hello.
But happy. Oh, hold up.
There she is.
She's late. She's on delay. Hello.
No, look, I'm not on delay. Well, maybe so because I'm on one. I mean, I'm not like C-Tone over there, but I am on one. Okay. Yeah, that's a great interview. You got a great interview going there. I've learned a lot myself, and I'm familiar with the music, but didn't know the history of the music. So, good interview. And Jane, thank you for the shout out for my birthday, which is at midnight.
Right.
You know, if you know, I'm entering my 6th day. Yes. So I'm just preparing myself.
That's what's up. I'm sorry. I know. I'm glad Jane called in because you know I got to show you some love, Queen Jane. You know, but 26 minutes, I got you. Much love to you.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
But great interview though. So
shout out to Tone Capone. He's on here. Say hello to Tone Capone.
Hi, Tone Capone. How you doing? I'm doing great. Good interview that you have going on. I'm familiar with some of the songs, but wasn't familiar with the history of the songs. So, good information for us to know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And blessings to you.
Right.
Blessings.
Blessings to you. Yeah, we coming with it. We ain't done yet, but I just wanted to bring you all in. Shout out to Jane. Glad you got your shirt.
Thank you.
Much love to you.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And shout out to Queen Jean, man. It's your birthday coming up. We're going to show you some love. Don't trip. But happy birthday from the G-Lew Show.
Thank
we love you. And peace and blessings and have a ball. Do it all. Stand tall.
Right on. Standing tall.
All right. All right.
Okay,
much love,
lady. Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
Right, happy birthday.
Much love to y'all. Peace and blessings.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. Peace. Hey, back. Hold up. Tone. I wanted to do this because somebody requested it, man. Off the request line, wanted to hear Mac Dre. Then I want to get back into you know, because like I said again, you've been rocking with all the Macs. You got out with Mac Ma, another one of my favorites. I think, you know, people don't give him his props as well, but he's a Bay Area legend, a West Coast legend. But let me do this though for the homie, rest in peace, Mac Dre. The homie Jeff wanted to hear this right here. It's Not My Job, which you produced. Is a classic, one of my favorites of a Mac Dre, homie. So let's do this. We'll be right back. It's Westside Wednesdays and G-Lew Show.
Biggest thing is the TV invention. Dope is Zola, a big shot to show off. Plus I'm a big pimp, I get toe off. Fuck a good job, she need a good jaw to sell BJs to her mouth get raw. I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges. Hit the cot, get ghost, I don't be sleeping with bitches. I got a cool nut, sitting on wires, on Vogue. Bitch, not Michelin tires, can't control my desires. I buy from Nordstrom, not Fred Meyers. I do a lot of weed, love my suppliers. You keep it, fuck the blood out my supplier. Man, I'm bigger than life, I do it magnum. About these broke bitches, I'm through with having them. Dre Bogart, he shoving, he push, and start a woe for nothing like G.W. Bush. We be loving the kush, but only in the backwood. Without a backwood, we ain't all that good. I'm from the streets where most need heat, but I slice a nigga up like roast beef meat. I can bust you a rap, but anything else, not my job. I'll pay your cap back, but anything else, not my job. I get you for racks, but anything else, not my job. I'll make you a slap, but But anything else, it's not my job. Bitch gon' ask me to come with her to grocery shop. I told her straight up like this, no sorry, Bob. That's not my job. I don't do that. I'm a pimp / rapper. I thought you knew that. And we don't do that. Should I serve him the news and let him know he's finna be walking in some brand new shoes? Ooh, you a fool. Gotta watch thyself. One false move, you can stop thyself. Sometimes I'm not myself. I'm another man. I'm a rock star in another band. Plus, I'm the man with the plan in his hand. Soon we'll be all playing sand. Cause to my estimations and calculations and all the money I made off the rompilation, I'm gonna get as many digits that's on my license plate and shit on some of these midgets, bitch, I can't wait. I can bust you a rap, but anything else, it's not my job. I'll pay your cap back, but anything else, not my job. I get you for racks, but anything else, not my job. I make you a slap, but anything else, it's not my job. When I dip, they trip off with bro dressed in. Plus I got a mouth full of girls' best friends. I'm a back to the future, new game kinda nigga. Y'all lames is plain, the same kinda liquor, wearing the same kinda clothes, fucking the same kinda hoes, and you bedrock pimping. Me and your game's kinda old, and you don't want it with me. I'll bother ya, so get lost, pal, before I clobber ya. Golden gloves, I give you a new look with a stiff left and a sharp right hook. Niggas no snitches, they ride and they bear with them. It's all gravy, as long as they don't tell on them. Me and my team, see we a machine. You fuck with my man, and I'ma have to intervene. I'm a sport coat and a Sancho, always looking out for Benny Blanco.
What's up with it? You got the Bay Area boss in the building. Philly Sale, man. Cali, Vallejo, man, out here networking with my nigga G-Lew. Westside Wednesdays, man. West Coast Wednesdays. We in the building, man. Fuck with it. Keep it locked right here, man. The Bay is in the area. And y'all motherfuckers stay tuned, man. G-Lew Show. Spice One, Boston, City, Chico, shit, Newton. G-Lew.
Yeah, G-Lew Show, you know who it is. It's Havoc, man. South Central, baby, cartel.
The party record player, we got like that, G-Lew for president. Yeah. The G-Lew Show, nigga.
What's up, y'all? It is the Poetess, and you are tuned in to the G-Lew Show, Westside Wednesdays.
Yeah. This is Kel Mac, owner of all hood publications, Kel Mac Videos. I'm with G-Lew on Westside Wednesday.
Hey, what's up? This is Tone Capone. Every Wednesday night, I'm rocking with the G-Lew Show, Bay Area's finest.
Yes, sir. You already know it's the G-Lew Show back at it with my special guest, Tone Capone. You already know the classics. We played them, man. But we're back with Tone Capone. Tone, I just had to give him a taste of it, man. You know what I mean? Mac Dre.
For sure.
That was saucy right there. That was saucy, man. That was saucy.
Yeah, that's the sauce master right there.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to the homie. Let me ask you this. You worked with Mac Dre, and then you later on got to work with Mac Mall on his classic album, which was also called Untouchable, I believe.
Yeah.
Tell us about that almost at the same, well, a year later, I guess, or a year earlier. How was that working with Mac Mall and that title?
Well, yeah, that was, you know what? I want to say that was all done before Scarface's project.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, because that came out in 95, I believe. Mac Mall, Scarface came out in 97. Yeah, you're right. That was a classic though. Mac Mall, that was a classic. That was one of my favorites by Mac Mall, the Untouchable album. He's on there with the alligator.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And, man, you had your foot all in that. Serving games, my occupation. How was that working with Mac Mall, man? What did you think about that youngster at that time?
He was sparked up back then. You know what I mean? He was ready to go too. Ready.
Right.
Yeah, he was full of life. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had it. I'm like, he was like a young, he was like, more like on the Tupac lane though, the way he was coming though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he was more from that. It felt like he came more from that tree than he did the Mac Dre tree at the time.
Right. Yeah, Mac Mall was cold with it.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
He mixed up that game. He mixed the game up, like you said, on the Mac Mall tip, but he mixed it with some political and then he had a whole gumbo pot, Mac Mall, I think. You know what I mean? Then he had them beats behind it to bring that shit, how he do it. But Mac Mall was special, man, and speaking of Tupac, Mac Mall worked with Tupac before previously. Were you ever able to work with Pac? Do you have any Pac stories for us?
Well, I say here's my Pac story.
Okay.
So I was working at the studio in Berkeley, right? And I had ended up going out one night, went out to some club and, saw a couple of my folks out there and ended up seeing a couple of the homies out there that was, they looked like they needed a little help getting home, you know what I'm saying? Like They was getting ready to jump in the whip and drive, so I ended up saying, you know what, let me take care of that for y'all. Y'all sit back and rest and I'll get you home, man. Right. So it ended up being those two was Money B and DJ Fuse, right?
Okay.
So, like, I already knew them from being around the town and in the industry, but, I think we kind of exchanged numbers and, they probably, appreciated me a little bit more after that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. After that ride home.
Right.
So something happened, and I got a call from DJ Fuse telling me that he needed some studio time, and he knew I was over down the street in Berkeley working in this dude's garage, doing stuff.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, I need to record a drop for the radio for Tupac. So basically what it was Tupac's first song, same song, because they was trying to get him on the radio with it. So they wanted him to do a drop for that song. So what I did is I ended up facilitating the situation where he could come record it.
Right.
All right, so that's when I first met him. So then when I met him, we hit it off. We was, vibing and shit, chopping it up. And, he liked to smoke. So I remember, I didn't have, I think either I had some, we smoked it and ran out of it. And, you know what I mean? Basically, we didn't have any more.
Right.
But I had more in my house. So I remember him, I used to have a little 240Z back then. So I remember he just jumped in that car with me. Yeah, a little 240Z. He just jumped in the whip with me, shot up to Berkeley. But I lived up by Cal, up by the Greek Theater up that way.
Right.
And he just jumped in the whip with me and came. We went and got some tree. He was Pac was a real, he just was a real hood type nigga where he's like the type of nigga he fucking with you. You know what I mean? He wasn't
right.
I'm Pac and I'm not, Pac was fucking with niggas he probably shouldn't have fucked with. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But he was a real open soul to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I thought even though I knew I was a good guy, I was like, damn, this nigga, he just jump in the car with anybody. You know what I mean? I was just thinking that back then.
Right.
Like, like, damn, like this nigga, he's a wild young nigga right here. But, I
Right.
remember that. That was that's my main Pac story, Now, he did rap on another beat that I had did down at Starlight for this group. What was it called? It was called Salsa Con Soul Food. And it was this group, I want to say, the Funky Aztecs, I think, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Tupac and the Funky Aztecs, I want to say.
I remember them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And there was this beat that was basically a sample of probably, I think it was Weak at the Knees by Steve Arrington.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say that's the beat I hooked up. And that's who was on it, Tupac and the Funky Aztecs, I want to say.
Right. Okay. Okay. I wanted a Pac because I know you knew him, and I wish you were able to well, actually you did, because he was on the Smile track. So how did that feel to later?
Oh yeah, that was later, but see, he was gone then. He was passed away when I got to them vocals.
Right. Okay. What made Face want to put Pac? What was that the song that made him want to put that on there?
Huh?
What was it about that track that made Scarface want to use those vocals and use Pac? 'Cause I'm sure they recorded that as well. But how did that song come together where that happened and you were able to produce it?
I mean, it just had happened, and I just happened to be there. It was all timing.
Okay.
I got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to be the one that it could have been anybody else besides me.
Right.
I just happened to be down there working with him at that time.
Right. Hey, and again, Tone Capone, I want to ask you, how does it feel to be? I mean, I asked you this 3 times already. That means you have a lot of classics, homie. But how does it feel to produce this song "Smile" with Scarface and Tupac, which again is a classic and one of people's favorite songs? You know what I mean? And you have Tupac on there and Scarface.
Man, I'm just thinking about what's the next thing I can do that could be great. You know what I mean? I don't really trip on the old stuff I did.
Right.
I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it's there in history. And I'm glad that people appreciate it for sure.
Right.
But I can't, I got to look at what's my next, you know what I mean? What am I going to do next?
Right.
To me, that's
being that said, how do you still have the what's the word I'm looking for? Like, want to do this shit? Like when we just spoke on where hip hop is today. Like you said, you want to always think, what's your next biggest shit? How do you still get inspired to do it?
Well, here's the thing. One of the things I look at is, now I'm doing it more on my own terms as far as like, before I was out really trying to heavily shop my beats and trying to get work. And now
right,
I'm released to where I got some stuff that's coming in where I can comfortably do what I want to do.
Right.
Instead of me, scrambling around trying to get placements.
Right. I got you. Let me ask you this, Tone. over your career, man, again, you made so many hits. SWV. Shout out to homie Snow. He said, man, I don't know how you work with them. Coco was his crush. He want to let you know that. But SWV, so many, man. What would you say was one of your best sessions, or who people over the years that come to mind when you had the some of the best times you had, the people or artists you worked with that you really can look back and say, I really enjoy that, or that experience? Who were some of the best, some of your best sessions over the years?
Oh, definitely like the Loonies. That was fun when we was really just locking in on that 3 times for
right.
sure. Scarface, of course. All those dudes, man. They were, it was, everybody was like a, part of a learning experience for me.
Right.
But I'd say definitely some of the earlier stuff was like probably more memorable as far as like, you know what I mean, the sessions and the fun we was having during the sessions, and just all the stuff that was happening. Probably the Scarface stuff, and definitely the Loonies.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, man, because you got so many under your belt. I just wanted to ask you, what were some of your favorites that you really that were really close to your heart? That you did, that you're really proud of. I'm sure all of them.
I mean, but, I really like. A lot of people don't know about this song I did for Zero, right?
Mhm.
Zero is called "I'm Tired."
Okay. Shout out to homie Zero, H-Town.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones that I did. A lot of people don't really know about. Of course, like I said, Mac Dre, It's Not My Job.
Yeah.
People do know about that one.
Yes, sir. Hey, I also see that you work with the homie Corrupt. Not to cut you off, but how was that linking up with Corrupt on his? That's when he first went solo, I believe.
Yeah, Corrupt for sure. Good guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a good guy right there. Lyrical guy.
Right.
Crazy lyrics.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got an incredible voice for it right there.
Yeah. Shout out to Corruption. He was on that album, man. I want to play that too, but I just want to. I'm just going over your portfolio, man, because it's so many we didn't even name, man, that I can't even You work with everybody. So I just wanted your take on some of your favorites, that you did. So I'm sure you can't even think of a lot.
Mob Figures is one of my favorites.
Mob Figures. Wow, from Philly, the homie Gilly and them, right?
I'm trying to think of what the name of the song is.
Oh, yeah, that's Mob Figures from Philly.
No. Mob Figures from
the Bay. From the Bay. I'm thinking about the other group. Yeah. From the Bay.
Yeah.
Mob Figures. AP9 and the homies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Jacker
Okay.
and Hustler, man.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the Jacker.
So yeah, there was an album I did with them. I did a song called Innocent Youth. That was one of my favorite ones I did with them.
Right. Yeah, man.
I did a song with what's that group? Black Moon.
Yeah, from the East Coast. Buckshot.
Yeah. And a song. I can't find it anywhere, but I did a song with this what's his name? G-Unit.
Jaheim?
G-Unit. Lloyd Banks.
Oh, Lloyd Banks. Okay.
Yeah. I can't find that record anywhere though, but it's called Just Another Day by Lloyd Banks.
Okay.
And it was on. I want to say it was on his second album, only on the like the deluxe album, I think.
Okay. 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 Man, it again, it's so many people you work with, man. It's like crazy. You got a crazy portfolio, man, and so many artists that you work with. What do we got in the future? We got a few minutes left. What do we got coming up in the future for Tone Capone that we have to look out for? Are you working with any new artists, or you got some stuff we got to look out for?
I just released a record called Ready for a Jet by my boy Kanwar, which is he's a Punjabi artist. But
I seen him on you.
He's still rapping that game. You know what I mean? It's all game infested rap. It ain't just no Punjabi stuff. So I don't think it's that.
Right.
You know, and one of my inspirations for doing that record was because I just felt like everybody else is doing pretty much the same thing with, you know, trap or whatever it is. Whatever they're doing, everybody's doing the same thing, and I just wanted to do something else. Like, I'm like, shit, I don't need to go do another trap record when there's a zillion of them out here. So let me do something else that's a little different.
Right. Okay. And
like, I want to give the ears something else to listen to.
Right. Tell the people where they can go find that at, and
that's
check out
on
that
all
track.
the musical platforms. Tidal, that's on Spotify, that's on Pandora, on all the streaming platforms, and then it's also, if you want to go download it, you can also go download it on Apple Music also. So
tell
it's
them
available.
the name of it again and the artist.
It's called Ready for a Jet. Ready for a Jet. READY 4 A Jet, JATT, and the artist name is Kanwar, KANWAR. Go check it out.
Yep. Check that shit out, man. Go support the homie. Also, before we go, I want you to give out all your handles as well. But let me go to the phone line. Somebody else wants to check in with us. The homie calling in from San Diego. Caller, hello.
G-Lew, what's going on with you, man? Revy Rev checking in with you, man.
What up, Rev Ali?
Oh, man, I'm sitting here, man. You know, I'm listening to you talk to the OG producer, man, and everything. And I heard him say, you know, I pushed the one because I heard him say, he said he's trying to do something different. He wanted to give the ears something different. Well, man, you know, I do gospel rap, man. They call me Rev Ali, man. And I sure could use something from you, man. You know, I come up in the ages of rap music, man, when, you know, DJ Aladdin came off of, you know, doing a lot of the Ice-T records and King T. You know, those are the people that I came in the game with back in the late 80s and the early 90s. You know, and you know, and I was around them and Scotty D and Coolio and, you know, Cam. You know, that was those Sir Jinx. You know, those are my real immediate, you know, folks. You know, Crazy Tunes and folks like that. Rest in peace. But yeah, man, I'm listening to you, man. I'm knowing the records you did, man. I hope, God willing, man, we can link up, you know, somewhere in the future, man, in the near future, so we can try to, you know, get something going. Because I do the Most High God Almighty, man. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. And I was doing that when I was, you know, around Aladdin and King T and them. You know, that's why they call me Rev. You know, they one of the main ones that they called me that because they knew I was around straight gangsters. But you'll never hear me say Cuz or Blood or trying to rap crazy or nothing. I stayed Rev Ali, you know. So that's why I was able to hang with them and be around all them kind of people, man. But yeah, man, I respect you, man. You know, great time that you did, and you know the artists that you helped out, man. We happy you still here, alive and breathing, because that's the main thing, man. A lot of folks ain't around to talk about, you know, anything anymore. So if we got a voice, man, your voice is definitely still needed, man. And we appreciate you, man. God be with you, man, always, man, you and your family. Thank you, man. Rev Ali, remember that name, man. I know the Most High going to bring us close. And you can be like, oh, yeah, I remember. And be like, yeah, man. And I guess, don't trip. I know what it is, They try to make sure we can compensate and everything, man. We just, just doing it all for the Most High, though, man. And just trying to get it out there first and go the grassroots way of how we gonna try to put it out with the real terrestrial radio and out there really promoting it like back in the days, man. Because I think we got away from that, man. We got all this digital stuff. That's cool, but we got to stay visible, man. People still like posters and keychains and CDs and hats and T-shirts and stuff like that, man. They want to reach out and touch their people, man. They still like listening to the radio, the real terrestrial radio. They hear record on there. They still sell CDs and stuff like that at Best Buy and, things like that. There's still record shops out there in Sacramento. They got about 6 record stores out there in Sacramento, California, still out there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, much love to you, man. I'm glad you was on the show. Thank you, G-Lew, for letting the brother come through, man, and give his legendary for us, man, and we appreciate you too, man. Thank you, G-Lew.
Thank you, sir. All love, Ali. Thank you, man. Peace and love.
All love, Ali.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Ali, man. Tone Capone, before we get out of here, man, let the people know, it's still a lot I want to speak on. We didn't get to speak on, but I know the time is limited. I had you for 2 hours, so I don't want to hold you up. Hopefully we can bring you back and talk about some more, man, because I know you was just laid back and cool, man. I had to bring a lot out of you, and I'm glad I did get it out of you. And I'm glad you came on the show, man, and just really, man, I appreciate it, bro, because you gave us a lot of history that we did not know, and I'm glad that people now get a chance to put a voice or a face behind the music that you produce, man, because you've done a lot, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Hey, tell the people your handles and all that, where they can follow you and get at you for business or anything that they need to know.
You can get at me on Instagram at Tone _5 _
There it
That's
is.
the easiest way to get at me. Quick, fast, and direct.
There it is. There it is,
I got
man.
my YouTube
go download that new
channels
song.
up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tone
Go ahead, bro.
5 on it. YouTube channel.
And that has all the hits on there, everything you've done?
There's a lot of them, yep. Not everything, but a lot of it's up there already.
Okay. Go support the YouTube channel and follow him on Instagram and go download and support everything the homie's done. I'm sure you've done it already, but do it again. I want to thank you again, homie, for joining us tonight, man. This was a classic episode. Tone Capone, legendary, man. We appreciate you, bro, and thank you again, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And anybody who missed the show, man, once we're done, you can go back and check it out on Blog Talk Radio. Listen back or check out our YouTube channel, the G-Lew Show at YouTube. And you already know this is what we do every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific, 10 to 12 Eastern. We also do OG Sundays, Fabulous Lowrider Oldies, and Flashback Fridays. And we'll be on with Tweed Cadillac tomorrow as well on 93 Point Tweed FM-ism. Shout out to Tweed, man. And thank you to my guests again, man. This was classic. I'm going to bang out some more music that the homie has produced. I'm going to bang some of my favorites out for you all. And before I continue, also, happy birthday to Queen Jean. What's up, Jean? Happy birthday. We love you, sweetheart. A new addition to OG Sundays. Live your best life. You're already doing it. She's entering 60 years old, so sorry I said that, but she's proud of it. Shout out to Queen Jean. We love you, baby. And shout out to my guest once again, the homie Tone Capone, man. Let's do it like this, man.
Right. That's right.
without enough money to buy food, but I'm smoking, so fuck it. Hit the schoolyard, no report card, cause the large is light. Clothes smoky, eyes shining, cause I'm high as a kite. Fuck it, high school teachers, I'm a man of respect. South Acres, baby gangster, I'm the man of respect. Fuck the school vice principal, he's shy, but I'm leaving. Told my mom about my dope case, and my mama believed it. Now my daddy got a problem, cause I'm home on vacation. Trouble child, with a fuck mind, let him know what he's facing. Got the doctors who study this, but niggas without it, probably take a shrink in lifetime. Biggie out. I seen the same thing flash, change violence, and motherfuckers counting that change remain silent. So why you figure I've been standing here shaking? The devil's closely came in for me, but I can't face it. My soul's controlled by the blessings of God. Still scared to walk the church ground, cause the devil's in charge. Somebody help the lost souls find savior, cause I'm standing on the cup with a tech 9 for the whole behavior. They wanna take me out the game like Ryder. You youngsters better stop and peep game, cause my game wider. I send this out to those who thought they could come. Cold as fuck when it came to the game, and my game done.
Hey, hold up. Before I go to this next song, I still got the homie on here with us. Sorry, I got to come back to you. Tone Capone, let me ask you this. While I still got you here, I forgot to ask you this. How did this track come about where you hooked up with the homie Hova, man, Jay-Z, for his group, Chris John, Pimp This Love off the legendary Streets Is Watching soundtrack? I forgot to ask you this.
Well, you know what? That was a group I was also working with. Another trivial, I bet a lot of people don't know, is that who that is singing on Keep It On The Real. A lot of people don't realize that's my boy from Chris John singing. He's on there singing too, as well as the female.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
Tell us, because they were from the Bay.
I've been working
I just
with
thought
them.
about that. Yeah, they from the Bay.
Yeah, I've been working with them since the 80s.
Yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah. How did that come about where they hooked up with Jay-Z?
Well, yeah, we was all shopping in the same circle, and Jay-Z had just got a deal over at Priority, and they it was timing. We was over there doing our thing at the time, and then they ended up going to get a deal.
Okay.
Jay-Z heard I guess they had shot their stuff to somebody at Priority, and this girl, I guess, heard it, and she gave it to Jay-Z. And Jay-Z liked them and ended up signing them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that was just one of the songs I was working on with him at the time, Pimp This Love.
Okay. I had to come back and ask you that one, bro, because I was like, I forgot to ask you that. But I was tripping anyway because I forgot Chris John is from the Bay. But that's classic to be on that soundtrack and for them to hook up with Jay-Z, and now you have another under your belt. You know, that soundtrack, Streets Is Watching, you already know that's classic. Definitely on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You know, so I had to ask you that, man. Another history lesson, the homie Tone Capone. I'm going to leave you alone now, homie. I'm going to just bang some music, but I had to ask you this before I go to this song right here. You know what I mean? Much love. This is Chris John, Pimp This Love off the Streets Is Watching soundtrack.
Yeah.
Classic. Westside Wednesdays, G-Lew show.
Cause I'm trying to take this as far as it can go. I'm trying to exploit this love to the fullest. Now I ain't like these other cats. I'm for real. I'm trying to make this right for the both of us. You know? Now you say your man ain't loving you like he used to. Girl, you know that's a shame. And it probably won't change. Now, if I was your man, I'd treat you like the lady. I make love to you daily. Tell you about making my baby. Baby, I got it. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. And I know that you want it. Give it up.
Hey, shout out to the Conscious Daughters who we had on the show recently. Another Tone Capone produced track.
Best 9-6, ladies first, fools is getting mocked, pitties get dropped, it's hardcore, but we kill them off softly. Watch me, I'm finna set it off for the posse. Stay a little while, I think I will. CMG don't fall, my lyrics only spill. Female all-stars looking up the par, special when you call it and spill it for us all. It's a family affair, who rules the majority? 5 MCs out the bay, and we ain't no sorority. Just gripping them like tight, trying to pay their bills. We against all odds, and we gon' beat them for real. Mr. Cal, Suge, CMG, Sugar T, and me. Them paid long dues, now the industry can see that we are right where we belong, so tight where we right, and we can't go wrong. It don't stop, it don't stop, no. It don't stop now. It don't stop, it don't stop, no. Now the liquids in my system flowing through the brain, making these type of hits make you feel what I'm saying. My turn on the scene, SHUG, baby dissolve. Now don't flash on me, it's the so they flipping 40s when I chill with my folks. It's time to get some cash cause I'm tired of being broke. Smoked off the Bombay, this is how I display WEST Coast all day. How I play about the Bay is only natural, like organized crime collaboration spectacular. Ease up, boy, don't you hear the music? Big women making moves on some rules. Mr. Fam with drama-inspired tactics, blessing no disguise, niceness galactic. Track this, I got imagination, essence unlimited, short demonstration. Hey, one nation, under a groove with no hesitation. Representation fantabulous, masters of ceremony, can you handle this? Seduction turned into a murder, soldiers, we laid it down unheard of. So what's the word? Yeah, I start not. Game's infinite, unfadable, and we don't stop. It don't stop, it don't stop, it don't stop now. It don't stop, it don't stop now. It don't stop, it don't stop. It don't stop, it don't stop now. Ain't no.
Man, y'all know what we do. We chillin' with G-Lew. We stay on point like Stacey Seattle.
We stay on point like Stacey Seattle.
Conserving gangs, my architects.
All y'all got is a couple of bucks. Go ahead and spin it.
Yeah, what's up? It's Young Mac Ass More, you know what I'm saying? And I'm asking y'all, when nigga wanna spin some shit on this motherfucking gang that I'm serving, you know? Conserving gangs, my architecture. Crest-side dope. Check it out. It's not enough, I got the rollers trying to break my neck. But now the ATF is trying to have my block in check. Got my boys pressing paging your partner 911. But I ain't worried about my niggas cause nobody's telling. Pick the number up out my pager to my Motorola. Phone ringing, I'm pimp leaning as I hit the roper. What's up, soldiers? Just steady hustling, trying to hold my brand. With 30 rocks in my possession, I can't even land. Y'all niggas, stop being annoyed, we got the block sold. If they hop out of the car, you better shake them hoes. Yeah, nigga, cause how we living, it ain't no joke. He say them niggas in the south need some more dope. It's the gang cutty, so can't nobody justify. Have them swole, boost up the price, and they gon' love to buy. I say, yeah, fool, it's cool, I be there in a half. Hung up the phone, counting my cash, had to laugh. I could a young ass G, have it juking to the very degree that everybody copying Yandy from me. Just right then, my thought was fucked up by a trick officer. Rookie to the game, swear he's the back officer, 3 times black. No, I didn't let him take 2 steps. I'm in my brown, but it's feeling like a jet. Coming off the runway, 24/7 pimp shit gets done, man. Straight to the tilt, no, my plan wasn't foil. Call my cousin Greedy Black, cause he knows how to boil. Greedy made this shit backflip. Rewind, come again. Now what nigga wanna spin? Conserving gangs, my architects.
All y'all got is a couple of bucks. Go ahead and spin it.
Conserving gangs, my architects.
All y'all got is a couple of bucks.
Check it out. Greedy, he cooked it softy, so I shot him a lick. Bill Clinton on the seal. Now I'm all in the mix. Sell him there for 26, so that's a smile on my face. Youngsters peak game as I cut to the chase. Just like more money and less dough. Never show cause I ain't stressing off the transport. But don't be a dummy, send a bitch on a plane and fuck your money. A track can't get no scholarship from me, so I choose to do the shit the real way. FedEx and let the postman slang me, yay. Have it at your front door, California snow wrap so tight, have it to you overnight. So tell your boy send a kite. Just right then I heard a ring on my mobile. Took the receiver, said what's up. It was my real folks, he told me that the fatty was there. So if the product was cool, then we can send it by air. Cause certain games my protection. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Cause certain games my protection. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Cause certain games my protection. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Cause certain games my protection. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. I'm in my Cadillac, tripping off my thoughts, bank burning as I cough and choke. One time, keep jocking my brum like some groupies trying to do me wrong. But if they touch a caddy dope, the focus on. I'm drinking heme, of course, like fuck the whole force. I saw some suckers from the town, but they was stiff as a course. Didn't want no prize, just cause I'm rolling with the mob, trapping fully automatics, popping Hennessy tops. Smoking way more roper than a faker can smoke. In a fat Fleetwood, so all my folks can come along for the ride. Quest side destination, my name is Young McMullen, serving gangs my occupation, nigga. Cause serving gangs my occupation. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Cause serving gangs my occupation. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Yeah though, it's Young McMullen, you know what I'm saying? All you got straight out the crest side of the beat. Go ahead and spin it. You know, spitting this shit straight from the motherfucking gateways, all the way to stage, all the way back to rounds, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. We gon' clown, you know the time. Motherfucker ain't even tripping, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to make some niggas, you know. Niggas got their P's lost, crossed. Jealous cause I'm the motherfucking boss. You know what I'm saying? Mad cause they don't got no sauce. And the motherfuckers in it to win this, you know? Why not? Cause serving gangs my protection. Cause serving gangs my protection. All you got is a couple of bucks, go ahead and spin it. Cause serving gangs my protection.
Hey, what's up? This is Tone Capone. Every Wednesday night, I'm rocking with the G-Lew Show, Bay Area's finest.
That part. And here is another classic produced by Tone Capone, one of my favorites, off the Albulation. Let's go.
Little boys and girls.
Revelation.
Listen. Why do the good die young and the bad motherfuckers live forever? Cause nigga, we living on hell, nigga. This is hell, motherfucker. All my life, it's like I'm fucking around with the wrong people. Make a movie about my life, it'll be a long sequel. About people living on free bees and brick G's. That's how that shit be. Out here you have to grind to get G's. No Bentley slip unless your name is Felix Mitch. And listen, little boys and girls, my mama can barely pay the fucking rent. My daddy is girl, they gotta be somewhere in this world pimping. White bitches for dough, he was a gigolo, living Lorenin. He used to take me in my village, partners to go swimming. He drove a BMW, they popped a drove a lemon. Beginning and ending, mama kept spending money on gin and drugs. I had to sleep on the fucking rug with the roaches was. I hung with thugs, always rolling dice and pumping gas to get some cash. You had a store to Kobe Mama's ass. My pops would give me cash, but mama, she would take it from me. If I didn't give it to her, she beat my ass butt naked, homie. The only way I see a movie was out with the homies. I'm always bummy, had no money, they would pay it for me. My daddy told me when I was very young that he was on the run. I heard him mention something about Colombians, and I could come stay with him if I didn't like the way that moms treat me. I just didn't like the way that moms beat me. With Tonka toys in front of my boys, hit me with objects, so I just got to fuck about these projects. I left behind my mom's and sister so relentless. Never thought they'd get evicted and be sleeping on benches. My pops was on some pimp shit, so in the Frisco on no Pharaoh. 5-0 kicked down the door, he flushed the elbow. There goes another nigga straight to the pen. By the age 10, to live with every relative and friend I know. Here I go again. Living with my grandma, then my auntie, my uncle. Wherever I go, niggas would get me for my bundle. One on my check with Section 8 and Medicare benefits. But me, I wasn't getting shit. Spend my shit on their kids, that's what they did. Fuck relatives. If I don't do my thing now, I never live. Never gon' get it if you sit on your ass. So fuck math class. I'm on the app with crack for that ass. Like something like that. I love the smell of money, cash and zigzags. Look at the back of my ass, piece of sag. It's big cash involved, but we We all get caught up and sent to juvenile hall, straight to turf on the wall and county drugs. My mama abused alcohol, my pops an inmate, and me, I'm sweeping holes in intake. Hey, my mama carried the weight, ain't seen my pop since 86. Every year in and out of jail for crazy shit. So much shady shit done happened to me, I can't put it behind me. The Lord took my mama life in 93. God bless her soul, cause she was caught up in that household fire at a rehab, so we threw they ass. This shit making me mad. Highest lawyer we had, Melvin Bell. I try to tell my sister that he gets paid half. Settlement me 56 G's. My business a 56 G's. My little sister 106 G's. Ripley's won't believe that for the life of my mama, they only gave us a quota, a meal ticket, a split. I can't deal with this shit. I wish you was here to see me get this deal with Chris and New Tribe. Mama, you died, I cry cause you missed the gold and platinum flats. I bet you never thought your little black ass son could rap. Now I'm breaking off scratch and burning sacks with sparkle. That's my little sister asking the Lord, why did you make her life so awful? Next thing you know, my pops go. In 95, he died of AIDS. It's either suicide or cry for days and weeks and months. Blowing blunts, keep away flashes. No funeral caskets, just 2 vases with ashes. I ask if he spare my life, cause all I got is my nieces, my 2 sisters, and my wife. Recite behind the mic, the type of shit that niggas like. For the first time in my life, I'm making bread, doing it right, but at night seems like I'm hunted. Probably because Jack moves the Knicks, I've done it. What goes around comes around, how the boys get round to my stomach. Bitches screaming at summit, that's how you bust the niggas want it. But I still just get blended in big 600 niggas done it. Done deal, nigga been there like Dre. Blowing hay in the air on the freeway. Pray, forgive me, that is what I would say. I got a lot of days to count. Blessed went from claiming sets with yay up in my mouth. See tabs and bounce. Now I blow hash a half an ounce. Smoke L to the face shell. Blessed to be living on hell, motherfucker. Cause this is hell, nigga. If you ain't know, nigga. Hell, nigga. This hell, nigga. Right now. Armageddon, nigga. Done deal. Done deal. This glide. Every nigga done had this shit happen to him, you know what I'm saying? All my partners, every nigga I tell that I went through, they did the same shit. Let's do it. Just salute, nigga. Just do our thing. Fuck everybody. Just ride this shit. Do your thing, Blaze. Get shermed out, all that shit, whatever. Mushrooms and shit, ecstasies and all that shit. Just get high and just reminisce about all that dangerous shit that you done went through. And ask yourself, why the fuck am I here? Cause this is hell, nigga. Nigga, the good die early. And the motherfucking bad stay here forever. Cause your ass on hell, nigga. Cause you a bad motherfucker like me. Done deal. Living in hell, dead motherfuckers. Living in hell, dead niggas dwell. Living in hell, dead niggas dwell. Cause Earthville is motherfucking hell, nigga.
Yuck Mouth. Produced by Tone Capone, my special guest. Classic episode. Shout out to the homegirl Pamela, aka DD Harrison. Follow her on Instagram. Go get all of her books. She's a proclaimed author and doing it real good. Shout out to Miss Pamela as well. Let's go to another classic produced by the homie Tone Capone.
Yeah,
Corrupt Young Gotti.
What? Yeah, Tone, what? Gotti, bitch. Ain't nothing like a bomb drink though. What's that? Tequila, grapefruit. This is how we do. Show me how you do. I'm a hustler, I'm a G. Thought you knew about me, baby. What you got? Something for a nigga like me. G's round up in the circle. Whip a fool till his eye turn purple. Sip on straight gorilla milk. Then go to the bay where niggas feel. I'm still in the Danish, baby. What about you? Like fucking. Chillin' with the homies, dingin' Benzes. I'm in the bucket. Stacking tickets by the bucket. Motherfucker. I can't stand the bitch. I'ma slap the bitch. I'ma tap the bitch. And rap pack the bitch. I'ma get my money. Rain, sleet, or sunny. Don't laugh, bitch. Cause ain't a damn thing funny. Now you can't hold me back. Cause I'm a. And you can't stop a Mac. Cause now you can't hold me back. Cause I'm a. And you can't stop a Mac. Cause.
Hey, hold on. Let me go to another one. Classic E40. Tone Capone.
Should I say?
My bad. That might be studio tone. Let me go to Tone Capone.
Remember that game, fat bank, take skinny bank. Well, now we play skinny bank, take that bank. That's because it ain't no work being offered, man. They act like they ain't even thinking about us, man. I promise I swear to popo to my homie and the slammer. Did he bad? Wish I had my camera. Made me mad. Penelope swarming like bees. Surveillance binoculars hitting in trees. Reliable sources copping keys. Oh, please. One for the life and two for death. 3 damn strikes, no chances left. Let me tell you a little about me. 40 in the seal, I say we used to have to use sheets for curtains, socks for wash towels. I was happy as hell when my cousin gave me his hand-me-downs. This ain't no happy Shirley Temple-tellistic crap. This here is serious, more realistic than real. Shack observe as I strike a nerve, reach out and touch my kind. Open up your photo album, man, and I bet you find folks that passed away, partners that been blasted away. I miss you, spill some liquor, man. Who got some tissue? One love. Everybody wanna shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Way I was raised, we had to knuckle up and throw them things. We got 'em up and you know I had to chuck 'em swell. Cause if I ran home and didn't fight back, my mama beat that tail. Just received word from my folks upstate. They said they tryna take away our weight. And no more beef and pork, just Muslim books and fish. Walking laps around the yard with my Walkman bumping this. Now I'm about to getting married, is it clever? Thought it was till I got that Dear John letter. Been down for 10 months and got an 8-year stay. And I just found out she had her baby yesterday. Ain't nobody been to see me yet, but I ain't gon' worry. Man, out there ballin', man, can you drop a twat on my commissary? My family thinks that I'm a thug, homie. When you see my mama, man, give her a hug for me. And Yo, man.
Yo, I got a message for all y'all motherfuckers mad as shit. Cause now I'm mad as shit. Got a nigga smoking a whole motherfucking dope sack of some Doja. You know what I mean? Shipping motherfucking shipments of some bomb ass weed. Yo, check it. Fuck all y'all fake ass, mad cause nobody don't love y'all, secretly dingy ass, 500,000 sold ass, bitch ass, funny style ass, goofy, dusty, dirty, punk ass motherfuckers. Gangsta nigga. Gangsta nigga. To all the homies. For all the homies. No bitch ass niggas allowed. No bitches allowed. No. We're gonna do it like bitches. Corrupt, young Gotti. Check it out. Gangsta. I'm a G from the D. That's where the ride see. I'ma get a $250,000 of a deal. Come through, green and blue. I'ma show you what I do, where I hang the shit. Dog pound Gangsterville in the cut, nigga. What? I'ma slip through. If you trip, I'ma trip too. Get a bitch to strip, tell the homies dip through. Got my niggas slip too, and I got a whole 8 of weed, and that's all we need till we hit the next spot. Cause when I flew in, I knew it's about to be a G'd up reunion. Ain't no words to express this song, cause one day you're here and the next you're gone. This goes out to the homies, and it's straight from the heart and true. And this one's for you.
This one's for you.
And this one's for you.
This one's for you.
Hollered at one of the homies the other day. He said someone approached him and he looked the other way. He turned back and drawled, and all he saw was a vision of himself. He choked and he awoke, and I just paused and laughed. That's some familiar shit. Cause the other day I dreamt up some similar shit. So I tell him I love you, stay safe, then I skate to a whole different hood where different shit takes place. I've been G since the age of 18. When I first ran in the heaters, 9mm. Get the cash is one, all the homies mashed is one. Tote the bomb and smoke these, 100 spokes. Holla at the big homeboy C-style. I ain't seen him in a while, so I pop the stash and pull out the orange, blueberry, shrooms, and hash. I don't think niggas could last, cause ain't nothing fucking with corrupt dad. This one's for you. Check it out. You know what?
Lexus, kinda clean, crease in my jeans. Ready to hit this, when everybody get with this. Is going down tonight, up in the town tonight. Rolling Vegas up Omega for the chronic sin. Rolex on my wrist because I produce hits. Got them groupies having fits when I'm riding past. Tank full of gas, pocket full of cash. Side shows going down tonight. Made a right on 73rd and purchased some act ride. Bounce back in, crack that hit. I'm worldwide like a fifth of gin. And plus I'm in it to win. I'm checking your chin. AK down 7-7, my cousins, deep in the block, them deep east legends. There ain't no need to be stepping, we flow nine and got them all rewinding. Now they all realizing, low riding high side. Keep it on the real. If you're real with me, I'll be real with you. Yeah, that's great, that's your mind. It'd be astounding, dramatic surroundings. Getting paint, drink down it, up the sound, then you pound it. Fancy lounge, trying to get lit. I'm supposed to meet my folks at the club. A cutie, I'm trying to get you sneak to hit his bud. What would you do for love? Or is it cause I'm that sick of stuff that you love? That's when I pull to the right to put the trigger to the test. When I look in the eye, she was surprised. It was the time in the flesh, like stain on my collar. As I took another swallow, told the trick to follow. That's the problematic Scott, riding hard in hellin', and forgot that they was something. It wasn't no getaway, but now at the club, smooth selling with my EVs belly, breaking it all in the dough. Worked up a sweat, she got her hands through my throat. Went to the bar to get some more. Crazy you for sure. It be hot side when we ride and representing the O. Keep it on the real. High side. If you're real with me, I'll be real with you. Yeah, that's crazy, got your mind real right. First out the club with a girl on the celly, evident ready to hit the hot tubs of the telly. Got my groove on, a twisted line blended right. Remy XO in my Lexo at the light 3D. Crazy till I die on my mind. Trick a nickel back. I need a 20 sack of that lime on time. With proper precision, a pimp living Kenneth Coles with my bankroll. Knee deep in my linen right beside 3 times. Putting it down for the 9-6. Bumping hoes down with my 6 or your sidekick. So ride this West Coast till you coke the best hoe. That you know what's next though. Getting both by the pilots. 3 times in my mouth shining. Backstage down there carrying shades, crushed diamonds. I'm climbing to the top like clock when I rhyme. Follow my path, forget left fast for behind. Cause we outside. Keep it on the real. I'm high side. If you're real with me, I'll be real with you. Yeah, make them crazy, got your mind real right. Keep it on the real. High side.
Westside Wednesdays, the G-Lew Show, bitch. OG music.
The West Coast is back, motherfuckers. Now how gangsta is that? Bitch.
Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Here's a little something about a nigga like me. Roll up the gas and it's down the avenue. I'm a player, bitch. I thought you knew. You wanna sweep a nigga like me up to the roof?
Can't say the real nigga from South Beach. Can't say the real nigga from South Beach. These motherfuckers down in the
Miracles, one creation. But you don't know me, a record can't tell ya. You motherfuckers know who run the streets with that hardcore hip-hop rap shit. Now I'm scared to pull the trigger on a punk ass nigga. Then I play my old shit, it went something like this. I keep my hands on the gun cause they got me on the run. Just recognize the real way the gangsters ride. You never heard of a more wicked nigga? You wanna know what it means? Definition. Cause all the way around, nigga, I get respect. We fuck around a two-rider. Don't put the two on the two. Don't never perpetrate.
It doesn't make a difference cause it's about who's the quickest on the draw to end all existence. The gangster Mac, the bitch, the hustler. Who keep on coming while we running for your Jews? Steady gunning. Steady gunning. I'm coming at them, smacking them, steady cracking them. Steady cracking them. You better stop the dead, cause it gets kinda weird. Yeah, cause you can walk the plank if it's seeming for my back.
Got power, 6 hours, never, more than ever. Pimpin' hoes and clacking a grip like my name was Dolomite.
Definition, street player, you know who I mean, I roll.
The Westside Wednesdays radio show, Blog Talk Radio, OG music, G-Lew.